suicide was happening. And more farmer, while the farmers are dying, their kids are moving away from farming. Then who will give us food? So we all talk about farmers, soldiers a lot, but we just talk. We don't really do anything for them. Probably we'll put some good word on our social media, but who is helping them when they really need the support? So that kind of made me think, what am I doing?
Namaskara and welcome to Philos Media presents Sadhakara Hadiyali special program. I am Lhakpa, student of postgraduate in journalism and mass communication in Philomena College. Today we are here to speak with Sir Madhuchandan, a visionary, a founder and CEO of Organic Mandya. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Organic Mandya is a social impact company with mission to promote sustainable living and to support the livelihoods of the local farmers. Sir Madhuchandan's inspiring journey from having a successful career in tech to pioneering organic farming in Mandya had made a significant impact and transforming the region into a model of chemical-free and sustainable living. With a deep-rooted passion for both the land and the people, Sir Madhuchandan has committed to delivering 100% pure organic food to the consumer while fostering a fair pricing for the farmers and environmental preservation. So, with that being said, today we are here to learn more about his stories, the challenges, and his vision for the Organic Mandya. Welcome to the show. So, as I mentioned in the intro itself, that you had such a successful career in tech, and that you had established your own name in the abroad. Then, all of a sudden, you left that career and returned back to India and pursue your organic farming in Mandya. So what inspired you, or if I say, what is the reason that push you to take such drastic step?
See, back in 2012, 13, 14, Karnataka saw highest farmer suicide. Farmers were getting poorer. They were making a lot of loans and debt. Because of debt, farmers' suicide was happening. And more farmer kids, instead of indulging in farming, they were getting into metros, working in bars, petrol stations, becoming drivers, auto rickshaw, maids. So that was kind of, I started worrying. While the farmers are dying, their kids are moving away from farming. Then who will give us food? So we all talk about farmers, soldiers a lot, but we just talk. We don't really do anything for them. Probably we'll put some good word on our social media, but who is helping them when they really need the support? So that kind of made me think, what am I doing? Whatever I'm doing back in US, I was doing it for myself, not doing it for my society. So I had to give back, right? We have to, that's our responsibility to give it back to the society. So at least in this form, I made me think, why can't I go back, work with them, be with them, and find a solution so that they prosper. So that made me take this drastic decision, thinking that it was, I kind of became very guilty that I was not doing anything. So it became more than an inspiration, it became my responsibility. So that made me to come back.
Right now you just mentioned that whatever you are doing, it's just for society. That you had realized that you had such big responsibility for to give something to society. With that, when you first returned back to India, and you just started to make foundation of Organic Mandya in the region of Mandya itself. So how was the community around your farm response to your decision or your steps? And did you ever have you ever noticed any increase in interest or demands in organic products?
So back then, nobody knew what is organic. So it was kind of, people were curious what this guy is doing here. while we are sending our kids to metros, while we dream of sending our kids to abroad, this guy has come back to a village, and what is he doing here? They thought it's a mad person or I don't know. So it was not a very thing, but curious. They are not curious. They wanted what this guy was doing. So that's the kind of this thing I had when I came back.
Right now, you had mentioned that again. You had said it that people used to have this such kind of doubt, or in a sense curious that why when the normal the parents wanted to send their child to abroad for better future, but in your case it's really totally different. You had left that job in abroad and came to India. So with that shift, I want to know have you ever get some skepticism from your families, or be it your colleagues or your friends about your decision for such shift? If so, then how did you deal with that?
So yeah, cynicism, skepticism was there when I started, because I was not copying any proven model. It was all new. Even I didn't know what I was doing. So it was a lot of skepticism was there. So over the years, the vision was clear, the goal was clear, and we found success. So that's when the skepticism went away, and now they trust what I do.
Okay. Now that you had experienced both the totally different career. First is career in a tech, and now it's more into farming, organic farming. You had both this different experience. So if I talk about perspective on your work as well as your life, Kari, how did your perspective changes after that shift?
See, I was in software. I liked what I was doing. I loved what I was doing. When I came to farming, I love. Now I'm giving you an interview in the environment where software engineers work. So I have this life. See, when I have not come out of software completely. What that means is whatever goodness I've learned in software automation, I've implemented that in organic Mandya. So while in Bangalore, I live like a software guy, but when I go to Mandya in the farm, I live like a farmer. So I'm lucky to have both the life, and I respect both the professions. Both are awesome in its own way.
So, in the initial time where you were just building your organic Mandya, that company, what are the biggest challenges that you have faced?
See, biggest challenges is, when you start a online business, you have a reference point. You have Amazon, you have Flipkart, you have a lot of e-commerce site. You have a reference. You know how they have built, how they have succeeded. You can emulate them. You can copy them. But in my case, there was nothing. Nobody has built something of this. This kind of model never existed. So it was like very, very risky kind of a step which was taken. So it was initially everything was a challenge. First and foremost, gaining the confidence of the farmer. Why will a farmer who is doing farming from 40 years, who is on the ground working in the field for 40 years, should believe a guy who has come down from US recently and who is teaching them? Why would so convincing the farmers? These are the biggest challenges in my initial days. And having no reference point for the business was also one of the biggest challenge. So luckily we navigated through those challenges, and here we are.
Yeah, like right now you had completely change the course of organic farming, because you had established your own name in the organic farming market. So with that being said, is there any plan for organic Mandya to expand more in India itself or in foreign also?
So initially we were small. We had a less number of farmers. Now the tribe has grown. So now we are more than 12,000 farmers, and it is growing. Very shortly, we will hit 19,000 farmers. So earlier, with a small set of farmers, we were able to cater to Bangalore. Now, with the increased number of farmers, we are increasing our foothold to Hyderabad. So, and we have already started pan-India delivery also. So, with the growing number of farmers and the supply, we are also starting our business in US, UAE, and Singapore. So we will expand globally.
You had said that you had a plan to expand your organic manja supply globally, which basically means that there are lots of consumer for organic products. With that, what are the market strategy that you apply to make sure that your organic product are reaching to the rightful consumer?
See, strategies. One is there is regular rice and organic rice. First is we have to give that knowledge to the consumer. What is the difference? How will it impact? So that is because rice is available everywhere. But what is that it makes it? You have to enlighten the customer. So that is then once the marketing, you can run ads, paid ads, you can run organic searches, but without giving the knowledge. So the sharing knowledge is one of our strategies. So once the knowledge is shared, then reaching out to the customer is easier.
When I did a few studies on organic manja company itself, and when I go through the website, there is one thing that you had mentioned that your organic manja company value is fostering a fair pricing for the farmers. With that being said, what are the measures that you had taken to ensure that the farmers are getting fair price for their product?
So usually our product price to the farmers will be 3x of what they sell in the market. So if they are under our practices, under our supervision, so they get fair price. So in Jaggery, the market price what farmers are getting is around 23 rupees per kilo. But whereas we give about 55 to 60 rupees per kilo. When it comes to Jaggery powder, it's 60, 65 rupees is what we buy from them. So there is, and the basis of calculation is, I myself is a farmer. I know the economics. So we know what will be the produce yield. So and what is the effort going. So for that, this thing, how much is the right price. So all these things will get into the calculation. Not only, I'm not saying that we are giving 3 times the amount. So it's like the calculation is done on the math. How much effort is spent, how much he has invested, and what is a fair price for that effort. That's how the prices gets determined.
Also, this one, when I go through your company bio, the one thing that had, caught my eyes is that, your mantra that is, nurture the nature for better future. With that being said, could you elaborate on this? And then, if not, then, why this philosophy had, had impact on your day-to-day operation?
See, you know, right? Newton's third law.
Yeah.
What is Newton's third law?
This one.
For every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. So before Newton's third law, there was something we Indians had found out. It's called karma. Karma is nothing but Newton's law. So that karma, so what you give is what you get back. You give good thing to the soil will give you good things.
No.
Mother Earth will give you good thing. You put plastic, she will give you plastic. If you put chemical, she will give you chemical. Put pesticide, she will give you pesticide in the form of cancer. So that is what is driving us. Do good. Take care. She will take care of us. So that is what is our principle is.
When I go through your bio, There is this one thing that you were recognized by the government itself about your contribution to sustainable farming. So how does it feel to recognized by the government, and what does it mean to your organic Mandya?
See, it's an honor. The central government had nominated me as a member for Indian Council of Public Services. It's always an honor, and it's more than the. I feel happy because the government is accepting the newer methodologies. What we are so government is also accepting it now. You see, back in before I came, before I started, there was not even mention of organic this thing in government level. Now, even our Prime Minister also talks about organic. He talks about millets. So that is this thing we talk about chemical free farming. So now government is also accepting it. Going forward, the acceptance this thing will be percentage will be wider, and that's why I feel happy about it.
So, lastly, like what advice would you offer to someone who wanted to pursue community-oriented, like sustainable business model?
See, every business model has to have a purpose. It has to serve your community, society. Without that, there is no business. Okay, so people and my advice is your whatever this thing you have passion, you follow your passion, follow your success will come to you. So when you follow your passion, it is not a 9 to 5 job. It is something which you love, which you love. When you do something which you love, you will always excel in it. When you excel in it, money will come behind you. So follow your passion. And whatever passion you have, it has to have some purpose to it, attached to it. It has to be purpose driven. Then only you can find the success for whatever you are doing.
Thank you for joining us today and sharing the insight, Sir Madhuchandan. And it's been a pleasure having you with us. And as for our viewers, if you enjoy these conversations and wanted to hear more, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.